praise of all the gods. Pharaoh of Egypt,
Fair
you
use.
have not
Fair
yet
use.
obeyed the Lord. Let my people go. Point of the sword shall
Let him rave on that men shall know him mad.
Obey the Lord, or he will raise his hand against the waters of the river.
I have come to bless the waters. You have come to curse them. You will learn if a god of shepherds is stronger than the gods of Pharaoh. Water of life, give drink to the desert, and make green the meadow.
Aaron, stretch out my staff against the waters.
There! Where he struck the river. It bleeds. The water turns to blood.
Fair use. Fair use. So if you remember this movie, the Ten Commandments, you remember the 10 plagues. And a lot of people over the years, I've been trying to tell people about the blood rivers and the rivers turning blood red. I mean, if you look at the dates on a lot of these, 1 year ago, this one's 13 years ago. That's when I started to see them. But then when you look 1 month ago, um, you got up here, that was that 1 year ago, 4 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 year ago. And this has been happening. They really haven't been showing it on the news as much. And one thing that I know is that a lot of people, when I tell them about these things, they will write it off and they'll look up something and they'll say, well, it was red soil. It was something else that caused it, but not God's hand. But if you remember, God controls everything. He's the creator of all things. So he literally creates everything and he makes things happen. Everything is by God's will. The sun, the moon, it does God's will. Everything in this earth actually does God's will. Even the nations that are set up right now are doing God's will. A lot of people say that Cyrus of Persia, he was God's servant, but actually God anointed him to do God's will. There's a scene, like I was saying earlier, and when I was rewatching the Ten Commandments, there was this scene, and what Pharaoh says to Moses in this scene is exactly what people will write off, and they'll excuse God's power. They won't give God his glory, his power. So right here,
Nile ran red, I too was afraid.
listen to this.
Until word came of a mountain beyond the cataracts, which spewed red mud, poisoned the water.
You see that? There was no glory given unto God. And that's what you're going to find a lot more as time moves on. There's going to be a bunch of people that just scoff. I mean, look, one of the plagues was locusts. If you do your research, you'll see that there's been more swarms of locusts just building up, and they're being seen in different places they never been. Snow. It's snowing in different places that usually don't get snow. You heard about Egypt getting snow. So like I said, a lot of people write these things off. Now we have the heat wave. And let's listen to this. Let's hear what they're saying now about the heat wave.
This morning, more than 180 million Americans are on alert as our life-threatening heat dome is expected to last through the holiday weekend.
It is sweltering out here.
Thursday, New York City seeing its first 100-degree day in nearly 14 years. The heat index making it feel like a scorching 106 degrees.
This is a different humidity. So yeah, we're hot. Yes.
The conditions putting strain on the power grid. Outages reported as Con Edison reduced the voltage to keep up with demand. Governor Hochul asking residents to conserve electricity. Washington, D.C. temperatures also reaching triple digits. The U.S. Capitol Police canceling the public viewing rehearsals for a Capitol 4th concert. The show now in jeopardy due to the heat. In Pennsylvania, more than 100 people were treated after being overcome by the heat at this historic train show. Across America, ER visits spiking. The CDC reporting a 36 times increase in heat-related illness reports in the Midwest this week.
When they're outside, they forget to drink water, take electrolytes, stuff like that. They think because I'm not thirsty, hey, I'm okay. But that's far from the course.
And careful at outdoor events. The Phillies taking extra steps to keep fans cool, distributing bottled water and setting up misting stations.
Had I known the forecast when we bought the tickets, I probably would not be here, but we're going to just sweat and have a great time.
But please be careful. So many people have been impacted in this heat. I don't want
Well, there you go. You've seen these news stories, and if you look at France and Europe, all these places are being, and I would call it, and I will call it, plagues. God's controlling all these things because he's trying to wake people up to what's actually going on. Malachi chapter 4. For behold, this is verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. See, everybody who has been scoffing all these years, because I'm a man of common sense, and when I see things that are changing, I should be able to find it. But like back in the day, all the way back in 2008, let's see if I can find it. But all the way back in 2008, when the housing bubble happened, and you know, there's people that's been sounding the alarm. I actually, how can I say it? I actually have been called crazy by so many people, but now those same people are starting to question things. So just like, let's see, I'm going to go here. This is me back in 2008.
Because everything that matters at that time will be food. That's the only thing that will matter. So we will be backed into a corner.
And well, I'm going to show this video
And it's coming.
in another, I'm going to show this video in another video, and it's going to be about the economy.
So no matter what I say,
Let me play some of it. This is when I found out that the dollar was completely crashing, and there was a time limit on the dollar. So it's like when there's a lot of people that have known about these things, and they've sounded the alarm, and now it's going to catch people as a surprise. And a lot of people, if they don't have, I mean, what's going to save a person from a nuclear all-out war between the all countries? See, that was my question a long time ago. Because no matter what, like if I'm building up food storages and doing this and doing that, everybody on this earth is going to feel it just like they're feeling the heat. So getting back to Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And remember, these are the different angels that are pouring out these bowls, and all the proud. See, everybody's going to feel it. Yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. It's happening. It's only going to get hotter. Saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear, see, this is showing those that have been preparing, and there's not a lot of time. So if you're listening to this, There's not a lot of time. That's why I give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Because that's who the glory goes to. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. And ye shall tread down the wicked. See, this is stuff that's coming. For they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant. See, remember the law of Moses. And this is talking about our day, which I command unto him, Horeb for all Israel. You see that? Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Okay, so this won't come as a surprise. All right? For those that are paying attention. So the pride of the height, the clear firmament, remember the firmament, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 43. The beauty of heaven with his glorious shew, the sun when it appeareth, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. See, he's in control of the sun. There's no global warming. It's just Mercury's rising. At noon, it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes, so that's like you squinting your eyes from the sun, the heat. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. See, this is God's hand. These are the plagues. And these plagues are only going to get worse. The dollar is only going to crash. So what are you going to do? Do I have... Let me get... I've shown it before, but let me get Revelation... Oh, there it is, 16:8. I should do 16:8 and 9. So let me get that put in there. There we go. Revelation 16:8 and 9. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, see, with have power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. It's just like in the days of Egypt. And see, this information's out here now. And this information's spreading. It can't be stopped. Once this identity, once the true Israel gets their identity back, which is happening. Now, of course, there's going to be false prophets. And if you're listening to this, there's going to be groups that are false prophets. So don't get caught up in that. You keep studying and comparing history and comparing the times that we're living in. This message just needs to come out. So this was a quick one. I just wanted to show y'all some stuff. Do your research. And again, all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Y'all have a great day.